Hey guys, this is Mr. Murray with you again. Today we're going to take a look at matter. Matter is anything that takes up space, has mass, and has properties that you can observe and describe, such as these rocks over here, or this hunk of matter, whichever you want to refer to it as. If we look at it, it takes up space, it has mass, and we can talk about the different properties of it. We can observe those. We can talk about the textures, the colors, the different things that are going on in this piece of matter. Next thing we're going to look at is buoyancy. Buoyancy is the upward force of water or air on an object. In this example, we're going to be looking at the upward force of water. So we have water pushing up here. If you look right here, this was the original level of the water. Now our water level is up here now that we've added this piece of wood. Okay, the difference between here and here is what we could call displacement of water. That displacement of water is what is allowing it to float. Anytime you put anything in a liquid, you're going to have that water level rise. Whether it is floating or whether it's sinking, you're still going to have displacement of water. What makes the difference is the density of the object. If you take a lead ball and you drop it in there, in that same cup of water, it's going to sink to the bottom because it's more dense. Its molecules are more tightly compacted together. This piece of wood, the molecules aren't quite as tightly compacted together, therefore it allows it to float. So that's how things float or will sink, is depending upon the density of it. Mass is the amount of matter making up an object. If we look at these apples, you've all seen apples. They're a very dense fruit. They do have liquid in them. They have that water, that juice that comes out of them. When you bite into them, they're very dense, and you can feel the density in those apples. States of matter. There are 5 states of matter, but we're only going to look at 3. First one we're going to look at is a solid. A solid is matter that has a specific shape and takes up a specific amount of space, such as these ice cubes. Ice cubes, you put water in a tray, you put it in the freezer, you freeze it. The amount of water is still there, but because it's going from a liquid to a solid state, it will generally seem like it's swelling in size, but it's still the same amount of water. And it does take on the shape of whatever container you put it in. If you look at these, they look like Lego pieces. That's because they were put into a mold that had that particular shape of Lego pieces. A liquid does not have a specific shape, but does have a specific amount of space. You put it in a glass, and it's going to take on the shape of that container. That glass will only hold so much of that liquid before there's no other space for it to go, and then we have the spillage where it comes out of the top, and it just makes a mess. So always remember, those liquids can only take up a specific amount of space. And then we have gas. Gas does not have a specific shape or take up a specific amount of space. When we look at the steam here, it is going up into the air. It is a gas. It's in a gaseous state. Therefore, it is not going to take up a specific amount of space or take up a specific shape because it's a gas. If it was a solid or a liquid, then it would have those other 2 attributes. Because it doesn't, then we have gas. I hope that you've enjoyed this quick little overview of matter. This week we'll be doing some experiments and some cool things with matter, looking at physical properties of matter, so stay tuned and keep that science hat on.